do it. You can do it.
Hey, welcome to Old Ass Movie Reviews. I'm Scott. There's Dave next to me, and have we got a treat for you today? As we're rolling into the musical genre, wow. What did we watch, Dave? Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. Kyle Gass and Jack Black, two bumbling fucking idiots on search for stardom. I absolutely adored this movie. It's a bit of a musical. It's a bit of a stoner comedy. It's a mashup of, oh my God. Okay, dude, I knew what I was in for right when the movie first starts off. And you've got the animated Kyle and Jack farting. And this movie's brought, and they do the whole THX sound check thing, but it comes up THC.
THC. What was it? Your kids are stoned or something like that?
Yeah. No, our audience is baked.
Our audience is baked. That's what it was.
And I should have been, but I enjoyed this still the same, completely sober. But this is, this is a buddy movie.
It's a really good buddy movie too.
Dude, it really is. It checks all the boxes. It's also got the hero's journey through this. Wow.
It does.
Wow, the cameos in this.
Left and right, man.
Holy shit.
I enjoyed, I'm going to just come right out. I enjoyed the movie a lot more than I thought I would. And I texted you because I have to really be in the mood for Jack Black.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is about him. When he first came out, I loved him. I just loved him to death. And then at some point, I just was like, okay, this shtick is getting old.
Yeah, it works
but
here.
I still enjoyed this movie. This was a really good movie. The opening scene with the dad,
Meatloaf
as the dad.
Oh, dude. Okay, so let's set this up. This is a movie of a young kid aspiring to be this great metal guitarist, and he grows up in an ultra religious family. The opening scene, it looks like a very conservative Christian family sitting at the table, and there's an empty seat. And young Jack Black, which they cast a kid who looks just like Jack Black. And what I loved is also they did the same for Kyle. Somebody that looked just like him. It was great with the bald head.
The bald head.
But he shows up with his guitar and he's playing this massive, massive tune for his parents about cock and all kinds of shit. It's like, oh my God. And it's like, and at the end, it's like, and I'll fuck you too to mom and dad. It's like, oh.
It's off his belt and beating the shit out of him.
The dad goes up, tears all the posters off the board and everything. And the whole time there's a song playing. It's like, this is a great musical moment.
Meatloaf
These songs are epic.
Yeah. Meatloaf, I mean, and he's got that voice. I mean,
yeah, you recognize it instantly.
Meatloaf voice. So good. So good.
Dude, but at that point, none other than Ronnie James Dio speaks to young Jack Black to tell him to go to Hollywood and find his destiny.
And then they do the Indiana Jones map.
Yes, across the map.
He goes to Hollywood, Virginia, Hollywood, Florida,
Tennessee,
Tennessee. And then he finally figures out Hollywood is out in California.
Yeah, wrong Hollywood.
He keeps going to the wrong Hollywoods all over.
So by the time he gets to Hollywood, he's 30-something years old. So we don't know what happened in that time frame.
I have no idea. But he knows how to play guitar, so that's a good thing.
This is... If you're not familiar with Jack Black and Tenacious D, they're hellacious musicians.
Oh yeah,
but the songs, oh my God, there's something that a teenage boy who played a lot of D&D would write and loved metal. Dragons and conquering and just their epic mashup of classical and metal, and it's just folk tales. It's just. I don't know, dude. There's so much charm to this movie. I absolutely adored it.
I think the only one thing that got to me, and this is coming from me, with all the swearing that I do, I think there may have been about 50 or 60 too many fucks. Because on Amazon has like little known facts or whatever, and they said the word fuck or an assemblage of that 160 times.
Well,
in
fuck,
this
David.
movie.
We need to step our fucking game
And I,
up and maybe
and
say
I
a few more
just,
fucks on this fucking podcast. I'm
and
going to
I
get
just,
fucking 60 it.
you have to start putting the chicken sound in again.
I'm just going to put a count. I'm going to start putting a counter. Ding, ding, ding,
Oh
ding.
my God. But I just started laughing when I was like, oh my God, they kept count.
Yeah.
They just kept count. And then, oh my God, when the kid is singing, the little boy Jack Black
Oh
is
my
singing,
God.
and he's just slamming on that guitar. And the song is just, it's actually just stupid and funny.
It's great.
His dad just beats the shit out of him with a belt. And I'm like, you know what? I get it. The kid leaves. He steals all the money out of his dad's wallet and
Yeah.
leaves. I honestly thought the parents and the brother were going to show up again, but they didn't.
No.
I was really half expecting them to show back up again. You know?
Yeah.
Ah.
So what was cool is, Jack goes out to California. He meets Kyle. They don't get along. Kyle puts on an act like he's some big wig. He knows all these people, but he's living off mom and dad. And, Jack finds out. Jack finds out and they have no money. They don't have money for the rent. They've got to win this music competition at this local open mic night so they can pay the rent. That's what the whole movie's about. How are we going to pay the fucking rent? And wow.
That's what it boils down to. They actually start all this because they need to pay the rent by the end of the month or something.
But at some point they're looking at all these famous guitar gods. It's like, how did they become?
How did they do it?
They all had the same guitar pick. I love this next scene that comes up is when they go to Guitar Center to find the pick and they meet Ben Stiller.
You know who I honest to God thought that was going to be? I thought it was going to be Dio. Because they were looking at the back of his head. He had the hair, the curly hair. And I'm like, oh my God. Because I've never seen this movie before. I did not know what to expect. I'm like, oh my God, is Dio going to turn around and be like,
that would have been awesome.
On the pick, and put him on their way. It's even creepier because Ben Stiller's. It's just like this creepy guy. He's like a comic.
Who knows all this history about the Pick of Destiny?
Yeah, he's like this weird comic book guy that knows all the history of one character. That's just religious about it.
Yeah, I want to stop right here because at this point you see what you're getting into with this movie. This is a movie setup. This is similar to Star Wars, anywhere where somebody has got to go do something big and they find a sage person and who sets them on their way, or they go
points them in the right
wizard,
direction,
which fits. Holy cow! So they find out that the Pick of Destiny is actually a chip off Satan's tooth.
That whole story.
I will just say right now, Satan, portrayed by Dave Grohl, none other.
I'm looking at Satan last night, and I'm like, man, that guy, it looks familiar. And it looks like the guy that was in their video, before this movie ever came out. I'm like, and it turns out Dave Grohl did play that devil in that video, too. And I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
And it took him, I think, 11 hours to get that makeup on him.
Oh wow, because it was great makeup. It was great makeup.
No. For 11 hours, I'll do 3. I could sit and do 3. You get 11. There's no 11 hours. I'm not gonna do it. How much filming can you get done after that?
So this movie, it's very formulaic. It hits all the notes. Jack and Kyle have a big falling out because Kyle is going after women versus the pick.
Like way younger than him.
Way out of his league.
I was uncomfortable watching that scene.
That was uncomfortable.
I was uncomfortable. I'm looking at that going, okay, the joke's time had come and gone. And it just kept going. And I'm like, oh, you're now in creepy zone.
One of my favorite.
Not illegal, but creepy.
No. And during this time is when we see none other than Tim Robbins. Wow.
Out of nowhere once again. And
what a wild ass character.
I thought he was going to wind up being the devil.
I thought he was too. I thought he was the devil.
Was calling for the pick, telling that
he was going to trick him into getting there or help him.
Yeah, like get his tooth back, and then they were going to have. But no, I was just like, oh my God, this is not going anywhere. I think
this character that Tim Robbins plays is a character who's tried to steal the pick himself.
Yeah.
and lost his leg in the process because there's a giant steel door and there's laser beams. And it's just like, what else can you throw in here? I bet I would have loved to sit down while Jack and Kyle were writing this fucking movie because it's crazy as hell.
Yeah.
It's like, all I could think of is, that's Dave and I.
Yeah. Yeah. What stupid, crazy thing can we have them do? Hey, let's have them do this. No, okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Very, very fucking funny. There's so dude, I could talk about this movie for a long time, and I'm not going to because I could just talk about every damn scene. I just tell our listeners to watch this shit. It is so hilarious, man.
If you're a Jack Black fan or Tenacious D fan from years ago, how many, 15 years ago now? At least?
I think this came out in 93 or something like
that.
Oh,
wow, that old.
Yeah.
Wow, that is.
Well, hell,
when did that become like old? Like,
well, I don't know, but what really threw me off is finding out who that waitress was.
She looks familiar, and I was trying to place her. Was that?
It's Amy Poehler.
No shit.
No shit. We're so used to seeing Amy with blonde hair and seeing short red hair. Once you hear the voice, it's like, son of a bitch, that's Amy Poehler.
I was trying to place her and I couldn't. And there's a scene because the waitress has a black eye.
Yeah.
And
burnt myself with a curling iron.
Jack Black's character is down and he's like trying to figure out how to, he's got a map of the
museum or whatever.
History museum or whatever that they're going to break into. And he's trying to make out a plan. And she asks him, does he want anything? And he looks up, he goes, what's with the black eye? And then he looks back down and starts working again. And she's
like, I burnt myself with a curling iron? What?
Yeah, that's what she had. I burnt myself with a curling iron. It's like, oh. Then he looks back down and starts going again. It's like, oh my God. Oh.
Yeah. There's so many jokes in this movie. I mean, it's like non-stop. Non-fucking stop.
They said this didn't make money at the theater.
I believe it.
As far as I know, this was like at his biggest peak, like for Tenacious D. This is when they were like really, really popular. So I don't know what money they were shooting for. I don't know I didn't look to see what it cost to make this movie, but to not make the money, I'm actually shocked that it didn't make money.
Yeah. They probably spent a lot on it.
They said Jack Black didn't write anything after this. He stopped writing movies after this. Because he took it as such a bad failure. He may be over that now.
I hope,
but
he
I guess
is.
initially he stopped writing movies, and I'm like, why? It's a funny movie.
It's brilliant.
I think maybe somebody needs to sit down with them and be an editor a little bit, and I would just be like,
there could be a little bit.
This movie just needed a tweaking here and there, but nothing
major.
I would not change anything major. Because I love how they meet. Jack Black's character is he's finally got to California and he's walking around and he's got his guitar and he's walking down the beach and he's just looking out at weird people. Hey, look, a gold guy. And some guy comes out from behind him. He's painted gold. And then he turns around and he sees Glass off the side of the sidewalk and he's playing some stupid song. I don't even know what the hell he's playing. And Jack just falls in love with him. He's like, this guy's a genius. This man's great. And he's so mean to him. Glass is just so mean to Jack Black. Just like,
oh, he's a douchebag, man.
Yeah, Kyle
just thinks he
he's just mean. I don't even know how else to put it. He's just mean to him.
Right.
Get away from me. You're cramping my style.
When those two together, though, I mean, just playing, it's fucking epic. And I think I texted you, these songs are epic. When you listen to them and you hear them, they're so good. And it made me a kid watching this again. I saw this movie as a little bit of Cheech and Chong meets Bob and Doug McKenzie, a little bit of Pineapple Express and Harold and Kumar all rolled into one. And it's like, this was brilliant, and a musical at that. And damn,
the music was actually really good.
Oh, it's fucking awesome, man.
And every song, you and I have talked about musicals and, songs having to push the story forward. Most of these songs really did push the story forward. They were telling you what was going on while it was happening. The car chase, the cop car chase is a prime example of that.
God.
The whole time the cop cars are chasing, there's a song going on that Jack Black and the Tenacious D
Yeah.
guys are singing about the cop car chase that's going on.
Well, what's so funny is when the owner of the car calls him and said, because he saw him on TV, what's going on?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're at a movie watching Cop Car Chase 3. Haven't you seen it? Lots of action. Gotta go. You know, it's like,
How do you explain that to that guy? Oh my god.
oh, it was,
That was funny.
dude, it made me feel so young, and I laughed so fucking hard at this movie.
And there's so much
good.
to talk about. It's basically just getting the pick of destiny, going off, and then they finally have a showdown with the devil. And
Now, hold on a second. I want to add to that. This is one of the coolest parts because there's all these stories of people fighting the devil with a rock battle, and the
Right.
most famous one comes to mind is Charlie Daniels and the devil went
Right.
down to Georgia. So when Jack challenges Satan to a rock duel or whatever, he's pissed and he's like, oh, and he pulls out these bylaws, and the demon code says I have to accept a rock battle.
Yes, I don't have a choice.
What do I get if you lose? You can take Kyle to hell. So the devil's talking all this nasty shit, how he's gonna fuck Kyle and all this.
Oh my god. Oh, poor Kyle. Poor Kyle. I hope that doesn't really happen to him.
No, but they win. They win. They realize they never needed the pick. They never needed the pick. I love that speech that the doorman, who was actually the devil, or transformed into the devil, gives them about Satan's inside all of us.
Yeah, he's making it sound like, good is inside all of us. He's like,
but it's like Satan's inside all of us. He's the one that makes you not want to do that, or not go to work.
You want to call out from work when you're perfectly capable.
That's
of
Satan.
That's the devil.
Yeah.
What else was it? Like, skipping school?
Yeah.
I was like, maybe like not brushing your teeth. It was all like all this stupid shit. Like, that's all the devil. It's like, what? But it was so funny. And then to see Dave Grohl as the devil, just it worked. It worked perfectly. He was great.
There's so much. Yeah, he did. There's so much stupid humor in this that I think it just works so well. Like Tim Robbins' character, the guy with one leg, he finally catches up to him and he wants that pick so bad. And he's standing there with a knife and he's like, come over here so I can kill you. And they're like, what? Because he can barely move.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then Kyle looks over. I think we can outrun him.
And they leave.
So do I.
Police show up. And they're like, stay where you are. And he's like, you'll have to catch me first. And he
starts hobbling up. And they just walk up to him and grab him by the arms and turn him around.
The two stone security guards. Dude, I can talk about this movie way too much. I think people just should watch it. It's really fucking good.
If you like Tenacious D, if you like Jack Black, if you like Kyle Gass, definitely go see this movie.
Fuck yeah.
The writers were Jack Black, Kyle Gass, Liam Lynch. We've heard that name somewhere else.
Yeah.
I don't remember where, but that's a big comedy writer. Because I know we've read his name
probably
a few different places. He also directed the movie. So you got that going for you.
Yeah. I thought it was funny as hell.
Real quick before we end everything, because it sounds like that's where you're headed. I like to give everybody's name. Jack Black played JB. Kyle Gass played KG. J.R. Reed played Lee. That was their biggest fan, the pizza delivery guy. And of course, Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah, man.
Paul F. Tompkins was the open mic host. Troy, okay. Oh, wow, this guy doesn't look anything like he did when he was in the movie. Troy Gentile was little JB. That was the little chubby kid. He don't look anything like that anymore. Ned Bellamy was the security guard. Fred Armisen was the other security guard. Kirk Ward was the car chase cop. That was funny.
Yeah.
He's just like ready to pull him over. Oh, some dummy's got a busted light. And there's Amy Poehler. Again, you're right. Amy Poehler, Tim Robbins, Dave Grohl, Ben Stiller, and Laura Everly was one of the girls that he was hitting on, that Kyle Gass's character was hitting on. and then gang members and stuff like that. I'm not going to call all the rest of them, but those are the big main characters, folks that had a lot of lines, and that's a good cast, man. It's a
Yeah,
solid
it
cast.
had a hell of a cast, a great music. It was so much fun. This was a buddy movie, and I enjoyed every bit of it.
Right.
One of the things I love it, and I'll just tell folks they didn't get the pick of destiny, but what they did during their battle is they cut off the horn of Satan and turned it into the bong of destiny. So they were smoking weed out of Satan's horn and getting royally fucked up to write music.
That was funny. I looked at Rick Cat and I said, even in my craziest days, I would not smoke out of Satan's horn. There's no way. And I did some weird shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, no, no, no. I draw the line at heroin and
Did
smoking weed out of Satan's horn.
out of the bong of destiny? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would, but I just might.
The Sasquatch was funny.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, we got to talk about the Sasquatch. Holy fuck.
Sasquatch.
John C. Reilly.
I would have never guessed that that's who that was.
Yeah.
I forgot that he was even in it. He's not accredited up top there.
No,
anyway.
there's a lot of uncredited cameos in this. And so at one point, JB ends up, he's so hungry, he starts eating some shrooms. He just thought they were mushrooms. And he has this whole hallucination that he's the Sasquatch is his dad. Bigfoot's his dad. He's a baby Bigfoot. And when they're floating down the Strawberry River and then it cuts to real life, you see Jack Black actually going down some actual currents that would kill him. And when he's flying, he's up in a tree and it's like, oh my God, he is so high.
Oh my God, I can't imagine. I can't, and then he falls out of the tree. And I don't want to give anything else away because
it's so good.
That scene alone is just so, it's so stupid. It is
the whole
so
movie's
out
stupid.
Of place, but it's really funny.
It's really funny.
And it brings you right back into the movie.
Yeah, dude, I laughed so hard at this movie. This was so much fun. I had seen it many years ago, and I honestly, maybe I didn't like it then. Maybe things had changed because I didn't remember half of it. It's like, it was entertaining. Oh hell, it's more than entertaining. I love it. I love it. And there is an end credit scene.
Yeah, I did see that. I did. I was just going through the movie last night just to make sure there wasn't one, and there it is at the very end.
That was great. That was great. It was appropriate.
Yeah, it's another dumb scene, but kind of funny.
Watch it. Wait for it. It's there. It's right at the end of the credits.
Takes you right back to the very beginning of the movie.
Yep. Absolutely.
So trying to think if there's anything else. I don't want to. Just to talk about it makes me laugh. So
I know,
it's a good
so
movie.
funny.
I'll probably wind up watching it again because I enjoyed it. It was, but I got to really be in the mood for Jack Black.
Yeah.
I really do.
Well, you have to take a few hits off the bong of destiny, and come on over, Dave. We'll hook it up.
Hook up the bong of destiny, dude. That's funny.
Yeah. So it was. This is. I guess if I have to say one thing about this movie, I regret renting it. And what I mean by that is I wish I would have spent the money to buy it. Because I will watch it again. I thought, this is just going to be a one-off. Nope.
I'll keep my eye open for the $5 bin at Walmart.
Yes, absolutely. He'll come up at $5 somewhere.
He'll come to $5. I'll get
absolutely. So I say yes, Dave.
Yes, I say yes.
Yeah.
To me,
fuck
it's
pick a destiny.
161.
161 motherfucking fucks were given in this fucking movie.
That was just so funny. One of their counts. It's like, really? It's crazy.
I think we're only up to about 30 right now, so I got to really step it up a bit.
We'll in the next one.
Yeah, well, we'll try and fit in a few more fucks here. So, Dave and I both say fucking watch this fucking movie because it's fucking awesome. Okay. And hit the fucking like, hit the fucking subscribe, hit the fucking share, hit the fucking send. And you know what? As Jack Black says, if you don't like it, then fuck you too. So
he's not going to monetize us anyway. So fuck him.
So fuck YouTube too. And
fuck those guys.
Satan and the pick of destiny. Thanks a lot, folks. We appreciate you putting up with our fucking bullshit and our fucking stupidity and our language. So
thank you for
check us out next week when we return to fucking Star Trek.
No, we're not. We've already done Picard. We've already watched the Picard episode.
Well, that's true. That's true. We will be putting the swear filter on for Star Trek 3 and 4 with some damn metaphors. But
we'll double damn ass on you.
Thanks again, folks. Appreciate it. We'll catch you next week, and do check out Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny.
Very good. Have a good one, folks. Cheers.